What is going on, Bulls Nation? Opening season. And I am extremely happy that the Bulls are back, but they lost. We'll talk about that. That loss, ugly loss, right after this.
Get the lowdown on one of the most iconic basketball teams in the world. You're listening to Chicago Bulls
All right,
Nation.
Bulls Nation. So I was excited because finally NBA is back. I love football, but there's nothing really. It's a little bit to be excited about the Bears, I suppose, seeing their growth and all that stuff. But so far, I haven't seen any growth. So one salvation for me is the Bulls. I was expecting this team to be competitive because they're not really tanking. They're trying, and I understand that we're not going to be championship contenders, but nonetheless, I like when teams do try, or at least try to try. But last night was the same old problems that I've seen from the Bulls. They did try to remedy some of the three-point shooting. So they shot, I think it's like 42 three-pointers in that game, which is a lot. Which is the modern NBA. They didn't make a ton though. That is the problem. You can shoot as many as you want, but I guess you need to make them. Because if you don't make them, then the teams doesn't respect you. Then the spacing is still all jacked up. That is the problem with the Bulls. Torrey Craig. So some positives in this game, like Torrey Craig's addition and also Carter. Although I didn't see enough of Carter, which I wish I would. Some Andre Drummond, like that dunk there, and then the ankle breaker, which is this one. Whoop! Whoa, Dre! Don't do him like that, Dre. He just healed up from an injury. Patrick Williams seems to be a little bit more aggressive in this game than the previous ones, at least from last year. That's what you want to see, though. You want to see growth. Kobe, I did see some growth as of yesterday. He's actually, kind of steady, leading our fast break, at least in the first half. The second half was just, SGA all throughout. Again, Torrey Craig, I think, hitting three-pointers in the first half. So that's a positive. The defense actually showed some flashes. Again, with the steals. We've been getting a lot of steals against this team early on. And then towards the second half, that's where the issue started. I mean, DeRozan got his normal 20 points. But the second half, the dribble penetration leading a three-pointer, that's what killed the Bulls. And you will be like, a normal fan will be, we can be like, hey, this is the first game. Not all teams going to shoot like 50% from the three-point area all the time. Although, if we've seen it from last year, that seems to be a regular when teams are playing the Bulls. That they would have just a great night shooting the three, because how the Bulls defense is constructed is through help defense. So because we don't have a good rim protector, we all extend or all compact ourselves in the paint to help out Vooch, therefore leaving the three-pointers out in the open. Now, if they're not making it, that's a good strategy. That's like a pseudo zone right there to protect the paint. However, if they're making this many three-pointers, I think they gotta mix it up. They gotta mix up that defense to a point where you don't allow any of those. And Drummond, like I said, had a good night, but the three-pointers is just too much for the Bulls. And funny enough, we're struggling on offense to generate offense. Supposedly our thing is defense, which we still struggled on both areas. Don't get me wrong, but again, we're struggling to score the ball with this three scorers on our team, supposedly with Vooch, Zach, and DeMar. I don't understand why we are having that issue. Like scoring, look at this, 93, and it's already the fourth quarter being down 20 with supposedly all these scoring options is not a good sign. Not a good sign of growth. Again, I'm not going to panic. This is the first game. Hopefully they are just rusty. And trying to figure things out. And plus, this Thunder team is young, and they always give us trouble because they're young, athletic, and now they can shoot. So that's not a good combo for the Bulls right there. But yeah, they gave us all sorts of trouble defensive-wise. We can't score. They're giving us three-pointers. That's what other teams always have been giving us, and we couldn't make them. Couldn't make them. Outside of the first half, we don't have a consistent scorer. Our defense, are good is good in spurts with generating turnovers through steals, but again, consistency. I think the bigger problem here is the offensive side. We don't have at least on this game, an identity yet. Like, is DeMar first or is it Vooch first? This feeling out process is not working well. In this particular game, I thought we should have went to Vooch a lot more to maximize the matchup, because he's matched up with Chet and he's not a good defender. And then if that well stops, then you go to DeMar and Zach. But I don't know. I still feel that one of the big three needs to go. It looks like it is gonna be DeMar, because he hasn't signed an extension yet. But then again, they're shopping Zach. I know Vooch signed, so I don't know. There's still holes in this team, or the utilization is not there. And Drummond just posterized Chet there. And again, the steal. But we'll see. Hopefully, the game against Toronto, we are a little bit more streamlined. We're a bit more connected on our roles and know what to do. Defensive-wise, I think we did some great stuff, but the problem still exists. The help defense opening up three-point shooters. So hopefully by Friday against Toronto, who also lost, we'll have a better luck, and we'll see more cohesiveness both on offensive side and defensive side. But thank you for watching, Bulls Nation. So consider subscribing to the channel. I'm close to 1,000 now, so I'm trying to hit that benchmark, hopefully before the year ends, hopefully. But thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.